Hi, welcome to Ask Me Anything. I did want to answer this very compelling question that came in from somebody in the community around love. And it had to do with how do you raise your capacity to really love somebody? And my response to that is that in order for us to raise our capacity to love another, we have to raise our capacity to love ourselves. Because when we raise our capacity to love all of who we are and accept all of who we are, then it makes it so much easier for us to love and accept whoever else is in our lives. Now, why do you think that is? Well, if you're critical and judgmental with yourself around everything, how you look, how you act, how you feel, how smart you are, what you read, what you didn't read, the list can go on and on and on around what people measure themselves or how people, another way to say it is they knock themselves down as it relates to accepting of who they are. And this person was saying that she couldn't accept things in one of her close relationships. And my first question was, could you accept it in yourself? And her answer was no. So if we can't accept things in ourselves, we can't accept them in somebody else. Or we will get extremely triggered by that person when they do that act because we don't allow ourselves to do whatever the act is. So let me give you a couple of examples. I have one client that I've worked with for a long time, and her biggest challenge is around relationships, one-on-one relationships. And she expects a lot from one-on-one relationships. And what she does is she expects that person to be there whenever she needs them. And why she expects that is because that's how she operates in her life. So then, because she operates that way, she projects that need for everyone else to operate that way in her life. And that brings her a lot of times to disappointment. So, one of the things around accepting things about yourself is also to give grace to another that might not be as valuable or important to them. So, for instance, if I accepted the way I work, my creativity, my commitment to the things that I really stand for. And I had somebody in my life that didn't value creativity. I wouldn't naturally resent them for it. What I would just hold it as is that's a value that's not as important to them. Once we accept all of who we are, we can accept all of who anyone else is and how they are showing up. Now we can accept it and then we can make a choice around it. We can make a choice to say, well, I accept that they think this way or they do these kinds of things. But my choice is you either get to stay with them, you get to support them, or you get to disconnect from them. So when you're in a relationship, know that one, you can only accept things that you accept in yourself of another. Two, that everyone has different values. So something that you accept in yourself may not be of value to somebody else. So you have to give them grace for that. And then three, you get to choose who you are bringing into your life at any moment. And if it's someone that you can't value what they stand for or what they're about, then you get to have the choice to say, you don't fit in my life. And you get to do that nicely and gently. The other thing that I noticed this week with a few of my clients was about them getting triggered from other people's close behaviors. And when I say close behaviors, what I mean is that behaviors that they've run in the relationship, but that my client had done a lot of work around it. So she no one longer wanted to accept being in a relationship that didn't support her in a way that made her feel good. Now, you have one or two choices if this is happening in your life. If you're in a relationship that doesn't support you anymore, you get to say, is this person valuable enough that I'm going to try to make it work? Or two, do I cut ties because this relationship doesn't work for me? And then if you choose to cut the ties, you could do it in a beautiful, gentle, complete way by just sharing and expressing with the other person where you're at and what you need right now. And giving them the space to say, yeah, that's not where I'm at. So the most important thing for you to think about with love and in these loving relationships is if you want to expand your ability to have more love in your life, you have to expand your ability for capacity to love. And your ability to expand your capacity to love starts with you. You must love yourself first. And then the second thing is that you have choice within relationships. If relationships empower and support you, great, keep them in your life. If a relationship diminishes you or drains your energy, you no longer need those relationships in your life. So know that you are at choice and you get to choose you. All right. Have a fantastic day. Hope this was helpful.